Well, the dark man has come to scare you, my girl. Can't say whether he comes from this world, so you tell yourself that he's just a smoke swirl that only works for a while. For he's made of things too deep and too wild, and you can't turn him back with the mind of a child. For sure, his intentions are ugly and vile, though you don't know just what they are.
It's go time. It's go time. Whoop, 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 whoop.
You know, Allie, people are going to ask about your crown.
I'm aware.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
She's ready. Okay.
She's got it.
Alex, you are very stoic tonight. Are you getting into Godfrey?
I am.
He's like...
Kind of perfect.
I am Godfrey, and Godfrey
All right.
is me. I am Godfrey, and Godfrey is
tortured.
me.
We on?
Yes, yes.
Hi, everybody.
We've been on for like...
Hi.
Oh,
You're
we
not
did.
showing me yet. Oh, no. No, no.
No, we're not. What?
There we go.
We totally are.
Yay, we're back.
Everybody.
Hello, hello. Okay.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings, indeed. We are back, and this week with the
Fae Blood campaign.
and this amazing art done for us by Dork Zombie. Maybe Ellie will be so nice to put the link in the chat here in a little while so people can order them if they want to. I didn't just get t-shirts. I also got stickers and a refrigerator magnet. I kind of want a mug.
You went all
That might be
out
happening.
that.
That might be happening.
Do it.
Because I collect mugs and I'm kind of addicted to them. So, to get started on Fae Blood campaign tonight, episode 18.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Okay.
At the end of the last Fae Blood campaign, we had just finished the fight at the portal up in San Francisco's Strawberry Hill in the center of Golden Gate Park. They got the portal closed. The giant demon prince that had stepped through had left and taken a certain young fairy with him, but she managed to go boop and get out of there before nefarious things were able to happen. Chris also did the boop thing at one point when he was trying to get out of hell, actually.
Oh,
After having come up against a Fae Blood on this side of the demons. The other three, they were down at the pagoda on Strawberry Hill where they found an altar and a person who had been prepped to be sacrificed on there who was clearly in torment, and a bunch of other people getting ready to take their turns too, and they managed to free everybody and get them loose. And at the end of that, as things calmed down and they're trying to figure out where everybody was and what they were going to do, Joey showed up. Now, where he was during the fight, God only knows. I mean, it's Joey. So he showed up and he baffed you all back, saying that you needed to rest, and then the prince and the princess, or for you guys, king of queen, needed to talk to you. So you've gone back. You've had an afternoon and an evening and a night to rest, to just rest. And it was so nice because, I mean, the night before you'd had little things scurrying around your various houses and apartments, kind of trying to keep you awake as they were spying on you, little demonics. And then you had this huge fight and you got injured, and it was like, oh my God. And so some hot tea, some Fae wine, a good night's sleep. The morning has come, or morning in the Fae realm, whatever that is. And you've all gotten up and had a knock on your doors where somebody said it was time for you to come to the throne room. And so that's
Crash. Okay, I'm good.
Coffee. Where's my mug?
Yeah.
I want my carafe.
My dog, who's 85 pounds and massive, is trying to crawl under my chair right now. So if I start doing this, that's what that is.
Dog.
It's the dog. It's the dog.
Oh, perfect.
dog.
Heather's got in.
Yay!
stumble on down to wherever we're supposed to be going.
Okay, it's the throne room. You guys, by this point, you know that you could do that path in your sleep because you've been called there from your rooms so many times. Ah, she did not forget. She's ready.
It's one my mom made.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, that's really cool.
Nice.
Later, I'm gonna have to find out what she made it from.
Okay.
But we won't do that right now. Unless people in the audience really want to see how your crown is
She
made.
created her
In the
own
meantime, there we go. All right. So,
Get
Red
down there.
starts flitting down towards the throne room this early morning. And as you're passing, you pass other Fae running about errands and stuff like that, because this is the kind of the seat of power, as it were. They wave to you like you're just part of the group anymore. It's actually kind of nice that you're like one of them, and you don't like stand out so much right now. They know they've seen you around enough to where they're like, oh yeah, hey Red, you know. And you get to the throne room, and nobody's there. But at the door back behind the throne room, in the planning room, the door is open, and the bear man is standing there, clearly waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing? You all doing the same thing?
Yeah.
We're all going where they supposed to go.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So you guys all get to the throne room?
Yes.
What, Shauna?
Yes, very stumbly. Crash,
Yeah.
crash. There's a wall.
To varying levels of awakeness, you make it your way to the throne room, and you do see the door open and the bear man standing there, clearly kind of indicating this is where you go.
I'm gonna
You'll
hug
go
him.
into the planning room, and he closes once you're all in there, he closes the door behind you and turns. He doesn't speak this time. You see the Minotaur at the door on the other side of the room that leads into like the princess's quarters and stuff. And in this room are 7 key Fae. Chris, you recognize them, but they were the ones that were around the portal during the first part of that big battle. Was here when when Minos invaded. And they're stationed at various parts around the room. And the prince is sitting in the middle, or the king, I guess I should say. And the princeling is sitting on his shoulder. And he gestures you in, and you'll notice that there are, this time, seats set around there for you to sit on. And he gestures for you to sit.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Plump.
The king looks very, as he has a lot lately, very concerned. And the prince looks also very concerned. Except he kept stealing glances at Red. Roll me perception check, Red.
Oh, God. Fair.
The princeling's like,
I feel like in my own life I'd have to roll perception checks on that front. Oh
Yep.
no, that tracks. That tracked with an 8. Tracks.
oblivious.
100%.
Can I roll a perception check to see if I notice this going on between them? Because I'm very
Yeah,
good at
actually, I was
noticing
gonna say,
All of you roll
Shit.
perception
I was
checks.
gonna
Okay.
say, if I could give you inspiration so that you just knock that out of the park and just have to tell me, that would be very
Okay. So, Ellie, what was your perception?
8.
27.
24.
You notice him looking at you and
22.
like, gesturing with his hand, but you don't even get it at all. You're distracted by the other things going on in here.
Everyone else notices.
So everybody who got over a 15. Okay, what those of you, the 2 ladies.
I got a 27.
Huh?
I got a 27.
Oh, you got a 7. Yeah.
I rolled
So,
a 20, so.
Yeah.
Oh, you
so,
were
Right,
nat
so
20.
the 3 of
Yep. So we all
everybody
Four of us.
except Ellie
Except Ellie.
notices that the princeling who keeps looking at you under his thing, he's like doing this thing, right? And he has a note that he's trying to give to you, yeah. And you're just like, eventually he gives up and he sighs and goes back to listening to what his father is saying. So,
I'll,
but
can
the
sneaky like sneak over and just kind of like slide in a sneaky way and be like, I'll pass it along.
What?
I'm to the fairy guy. I'll pass it along. Just give me the. Do you want me?
he looks at you for a moment, Shauna, and rolls his own perception check,
I'm very sneaky.
and he passes you the note. And then goes back to looking very intently at his father and what his father is saying. And while all of this is going on, and you're all distracted by the prince and his note, the king is saying, it's very troubling to have proof that the Fae Blood are helping our enemies. It's treason. It's a travesty. It's a betrayal of our very earth. So,
yeah,
I'm
big, huge
sending you
betrayal.
to Verdantis.
That was
Sorry, what?
To Ridaris?
Verdantis.
What?
Dantus.
Verdantis. So that you can find the home, get into the home and search it of this particular Fae Blood, who no longer lived on the earth. He lived almost specifically in Verdantis. So we're going to send you there and see if you can find any clues as to how this happened.
Verdantis
Okay.
clues. Fae Blood.
Alex.
Got it.
Have we heard this mentioned before? Like, this place is now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the forest
Yes.
realm.
It's one of the
okay.
5 realms.
Okay.
It's the realm of like forest and plants and green growing things.
I ought to know that one.
You ought to know that one. Yes, indeed. Okay, so Shauna, did you pass the note to Red?
Oh yeah, but I read it first because I'm a terribly nosy bastard. Okay, I'll
Okay,
actually
it's
no.
Up
I'm
note
gonna.
that's clearly been unfolded and refolded.
Yep.
Well, and it's also it's this big.
Yep. So I'm
How
not
good
gonna
is your
actually be able to
eyesight?
see anything, but
Yeah, roll me a
then I'm
roll
gonna
me
feel
a,
guilty, and I'm gonna refold it.
investigation
and figure it back
check to see if you managed to read it.
That's
And
a
Alex?
natural one. Nope.
Okay, nope, you cannot read it at all because it's just too small.
I'll be like, yeah, I shouldn't have looked at it anyway. Now I'm feeling guilty, but nothing happened. I didn't see anything. I'm gonna fold it back up really badly, and then I'm gonna be like, psst, and I'm gonna pass it to Red. Nothing happening over here. Hey, I didn't get to do this in high school or elementary school, okay? This is the one chance I've ever had.
So one chance to pass a note. Okay, so are you listening to the king or are you reading the note, Red?
I can do both things. I have ADHD.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's one of the places. No, I can
Hey,
I do too, and I can vouch for that.
That either means you're hyper focusing, or you might be focusing on everything at the same time. But it doesn't necessarily mean you can do both effectively.
I can do both.
Effectively.
I
Yep.
can do both effectively on occasion.
Okay.
I always find myself like I'm terrible at multitasking. I hyper focus
Very good at it.
100% of the time.
Yep.
I can do about 5 things at once. It's fine.
And Alex, the sword at your side starts like in your leg, like it wants your attention. It's in its scabbard, so it can barely move, but it's like going, hey, 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 hey. And Red, the note. Oh no, at you, Alex. The Flareon's going. Red, you read the note.
Yeah.
It's in. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. It says, "I would desire to speak with you further. If you would meet me for dinner, on the evening after you return from this mission." A thumbs up just means yes.
Just check yes or
Check
no.
yes, no. I'll make him one of these.
Well, that would certainly say something. Yeah, exactly.
It's like a wavering thumb.
Like,
The wavering thumb of like dinner. You look over and he's looking at you
like,
surreptitiously, like why he's trying to hide this from his dad, you don't know, but he is clearly trying to be sneaky and not being very sneaky at all.
I'm looking directly at the king and just punching my side.
Pushing the sword, and from the scabbard you hear,
oh god.
When do we
Just
leave?
not even-
very distracting.
I'm hiding the note.
I'm
somewhere.
doing my best to ignore that.
Okay.
And I guess I'll look at the prince and just. How do you
He
say no
gets
to
a-
a prince? Like what?
Yeah, he gets a big grin. That's quickly hidden as he's listening to his father.
I'm living surreptitiously through you guys.
And
Just kidding.
Jody
It's terrible.
and Malhavoc, as you're just looking at this and stuff, and you catch the eye of the Minotaur guy across the way, the Fae guard,
Mm-hmm.
and he just, and you guys know exactly what he's saying right there.
Mm-hmm. and my facial expression says, "Preach."
Yep. All right. Do you understand? I will be sending you as close as we can get you in Verdantis to where we know his residence used to be. Are you ready now? Is there anything you need to get before you go?
Do we have any intelligence on the area?
Yeah, is there a
Well,
map
it's
we can
Verdantis.
see?
It's all forest and stuff. You shouldn't be needing to really go anywhere but where we put you.
That
'Cause we
doesn't
put
mean
you
that
right at his tower.
that doesn't mean that something wouldn't go wrong.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, a map of Verdantis is difficult because, much like, this, and he just gestures, and in his hand appears a globe of an entirely forested planet with with rivers and things like that. And he turns it and he says, "It's right there," and it's
Does
it's like a
Joey-
map of the earth. You're saying it's this house right here on this map of the entire earth. He says, you should be fine. I would imagine that if you need to go very much further, that you will come back here. There's not really a map of this place, much like there isn't a map of this place.
I have a question.
Any special?
It makes it too quantifiable, and Fae is not quantifiable.
Are there any special
Yes.
magic creatures, guarding or on the inside that we should be readily available? Like
We don't know.
that are okay.
There didn't used to be, but now Verdantis has betrayed us, at least part of it. So you will want to be on your guard. You will definitely want to take your weapons just in case.
Well, yes.
And he gestures at Godfrey and says, yes.
We know Redontus has betrayed us, so are we going there to... I mean, why wouldn't we take our weapons, first of all? We're going there to, I assume, figure out what's going on and potentially detain him or capture him so that he can't?
Dead.
He is dead. He is already dead. What we need you to do is to go find out if there's any evidence of how they got to him, how they managed to subvert him.
Okay.
Not to think I know better. We already know he's already dead. We know that there's another faction being either under attack or under potential control. Should we not go to the place to where we have a chance to prevent something rather than going to a place where something has already happened. Just
I've
referring
already
to the fact
sent
of talking
others
to the
Leviathan.
the Leviathan. Okay, so that's already been taken.
He says we've sent others there first that are not Fae Blood because they can work more easily in that environment. Here, because you are Fae Blood, we are hoping that will give you a leg up in finding information about what would convince someone to betray everything that you would think would be important to them.
Thank you.
Also, we're not really sure if any of Verdantis has actually turned against us, right? We know that they were being mind controlled.
We know that they were being mind controlled to a certain extent. Mind control, though, to this extent would be beyond what we know that our enemies can do. Minos was turned first to allow it.
I only bring this up because I don't want any of us to become mind controlled.
That was, he goes, indeed. And he turns around and he gestures to the bear man who comes shuffling forward. Burn the bear man. And hands him a small, really ornate, really beautiful silver carved trinket box. And the prince opens it and says, "This is what the princess has been doing, as she promised after the last battle here." And he pulls out a ring and shakes the box a little, and you can hear that there are more rings in there. He says, "The enchantment on this is to prevent mind control of any kind."
Okay. Excellent.
Well, all right then.
While you're wearing it, it does have some limitations on level.
Oh.
So if someone more powerful than me were to try it, it would have less, it would still work, but less effectively. And I'm very powerful, so the chances of you coming up against somebody more powerful than me are slim.
Okay.
Not none, but slim.
What?
And he holds out the ring to see if...
Yeah, if you had to put like a quantifiable number on about where you feel.
Yeah, just so I
Well,
can,
in
like,
this world, we
notate
do
it.
that. And so you
Is
would
he
say
level
that I'm
100?
30, not quite. I'm level 40.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
In the way that you Fae Blood quantify it. He holds out the ring. See who takes it first.
I will.
grab.
Well,
Okay.
we'll be like,
Closest.
Now Havoc,
Flying over
Mal
the
Havoc
table.
and Tempest both go reaching for the ring, but Mal Havoc gets it first.
I'm supposed to be the
Put it
fast
on?
one. Stop being faster than me. I have to have
Put it
some
on?
purpose in this group, okay?
Tempest.
I'm just kidding, you're fine.
Tempest.
Yes.
Tempest. Here.
Aw, thank you. I'll take one and I'll give it to you and I'll be like,
Oh, jeez.
So you just
Seems
reach into the
like-
box and grab one?
yeah, and I'll give it to him because, like, it's like, you know, now we're
The prince
equal.
looks
we're both
mildly
equally fast.
offended, but he doesn't say anything. Or the king looks mildly offended, but he doesn't say anything.
I'll go over and take one. Does it like fit over my head? Is it a necklace now?
No, when you pick it up, it shrinks to your size. And
It's a
each of
hula
you
hoop.
find, because Mal Havoc,
It's a
your
hula-
big stone
It's
gargoyle
magic.
fingers are big and stuff, whereas Tempest's little
Yeah.
thin vampiric fairy fingers are not. And
I have branches.
Lena's very branchy fingers are shaped
The
differently
one-
than human fingers.
Yes.
It's like the
And-
one ring. It just changes.
Right,
size.
exactly.
Yes.
And Godfrey's fingers are also large and muscular and clawed. And so that's a little different too. So
Actually, how does that work?
They shrink.
It's like, wouldn't I have like hoofs? Like some
You do have
variation of
no-
hooves.
no, not this way. You do on your feet.
I know, but I
actually have
was just like
hooves.
trying to think of like, because like trying to transfer hoofs into like maybe like hands, like what that would
Yeah.
look like.
Yeah, no.
Really
no.
big nails.
You have, oh, and that's exactly it. It's big nails. They're not like animal claws like what Malhavik has, but they are big. You know, you could potentially claw your way out of the casket. You know,
They're less sharp, more
kidding.
durable.
Right, exactly. So, Shauna, being the first one to put one on, it shrinks down and you put it on.
It actually fits.
And for just a brief moment, it glows orange.
Oh, I hope that's not my color.
And then it fades.
Just kidding.
And then it's no longer glowing, but it glows orange for just a minute.
Okay.
Um,
Glows orange.
how many of you here are artists that paint or draw or do colors work?
Oh.
That kind of artist.
Just
Okay. Those of you who know that orange/yellow is right opposite the color wheel from purple
Yes.
will
I almost put purple on here.
Understand
That
that.
would have been perfect.
there you go. There you go.
That would have been awesome.
Okay. And so that's what happens as each of you put it on. It glows for a moment and it tingles for just a moment. It's clearly something magical. And then that finger, whatever finger it is that you put it on, feels colder than your other fingers. Like the ring itself is a little cold all the time, even though it's no longer glowing. Okay.
Okay. And this, what does this do for the mind control thing? Is it? It's a.
It neutralizes any attempt. They won't succeed.
Okay, so it just we will not be able to. I'm just gonna note
Once
that.
somebody is
Okay?
already mind controlled,
That's different.
this won't help them.
Okay.
But if you wear it right now while you are not mind controlled, it will prevent it. However, if you do put it on somebody who is mind controlled, it will turn purple and let you know that that is what's going on.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. All right. Now are we ready?
It's like a mind control mood ring.
Yes.
Yes.
I love mood rings.
Can't be mind control.
All right. He says, and I wish you the best of luck, and I look very much forward to finding what you find. And he does a little head nod to you, and then he leaves through the back door where the Minotaur's standing, towards the princess's quarters. The
Excellent.
door closes behind him. They all look at each other. The prince was flitting along behind him. He stops one more time to look as he follows him through the door, and the door closes.
I flashed
Now-
the prince the thumbs up.
The rest of them
you're
turn
going
and
to
look
dinner
at you and are being uncommonly solemn for as lighthearted as you all are clearly feeling. And Byrne says, "It's up to you now. If the Fae Blood all betray us, that would be terrible."
Well, I just
And he
put
looks at
one
you.
down.
Yeah, he looks at you, Malhavik, and says, "Find out."
How many are there?
There's 7 in here.
I mean, like
That
how many?
weren't-
How many Fae Blood?
Like how many?
How many
Blood
Fae Blood?
are known?
Hundreds.
Okay.
Well, let's go.
Right. Then he steps back and he gestures, and all of a sudden, oof! There's Joey.
Hi,
He
Joey.
says, you guys spend so much time talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking.
Joey, can we go?
I'm not done yet. I'm talking and talking
Please.
and talking.
Keep talking.
All right. That's my turn. And Joey flits up to your face, Malhavik, and he pulls out his wand,
Oh God, is
which
dildo
this
wand?
time is not a dildo.
Oh,
I still don't want to get hit in the face.
Why is it a
Yeah.
dildo?
It's
this
not.
That's
time.
what I want to know.
It was last time.
No, but why? Why
was-
was it ever a dildo?
Don't ask why. You don't
Why
need to
is
know
it
that
such a
knowledge.
Don't wanna
dildo?
know.
This time it looks like a Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh my God. Okay, that's not scary.
And he
It's fine.
holds it in front of your face and says, "Don't you see that you're supposed to be doing the work and not the talking?" And he leans it forward and has it kiss your cheek. And poof, Malhavoc is
This
gone.
is worse than the dildo.
Yep. And then he flies over to
Nothing is worse than the dildo.
Why would you
flies-
challenge him?
he flies over to the one standing next to him, which would be Lina, and looks and says, "You seem to make a lot more sense." Mwah!
Sometimes.
And poof, there you go. And then he flies over to Red, and it's as big as you are, this doll, because Joey's as big as you are. And it looks at you. I just don't see it. And it kisses you. And boom,
Rude! Rude little doll!
and then he goes over to Godfrey. And he's like, "Your sword talks more than you do. I don't understand it at all. But perhaps you might want to find another sword." And it kisses you. And poof, you're gone. This
very
is the
much
big doll
agree.
face comes at you. And then last but not least, it comes up to you, Tempest, and it says, "You're all right."
Aw, thank you, Joey.
And kisses you on the nose, and poof, you're all gone.
Who's it?
And where you poof back into is the most beautiful, verdant, hence the name Verdantis, forest that any of you have ever seen. It's like the redwoods, only the trees are clearly not just the kind of trees that we have on this earth. They have a certain mystical quality to them. Some of the leaves are shaped like different things. The flowers that are growing amongst the ferns and the undergrowth there are beautiful and different. Some of them have colors that you've never actually seen before. And rising out of the midst of this forest, you can just kind of see it through the trees over there, is a mossy, overgrown tower.
Wait, is that a different crown?
Yes, it is.
We're in a
I love
I had to go green.
it. Well done.
I like that
When
I
you-
didn't plan that we were going to be in a green place the next
In
time.
a good place. You just happen to have a green crown. There you go. All right. And you're all standing there in the forest. And it's a beautiful forest. It's green. It's then, as soon as you appear, Malhavoc, you were hearing bird sounds and life and stuff, and it went silent as soon as you moved the first bit.
And
Like-
I immediately take a defensive position and pull the bow.
Okay. And then right behind you, path, there's Lina. Lina, you see Malhavoc there in this beautiful green. You feel so at home right now. This is so pretty. And it's like your feet just want to sink into this rich, loamy earth. You could spend a lot of time here. It just connects. The smell is just pure and clean and beautiful. And Malhavoc looks really nervous. He's got his bow drawn.
Are you okay?
All the birds stopped making noise. Everything went silent.
Well, we got here. But, okay. She takes the broom out.
Just in case. Okay.
Just in case.
And then Path, right behind her, comes Red. Looking a little irritated,
Rude.
potentially.
Oh, shit, doll is rude. Anyway, what's going on? Okay, we are at the
We're
ready.
just here. I have my broom out. Apparently,
I'm just scanning. I'm scanning for any kind of movement.
birds
Hey, roll me a
went
perception
quiet.
check.
I'm not noticing anything, but
22.
22? All right. Your perception check with your nice gargoyle eyes shows that there are a number of things in the trees and the brush around you, but they're all small. They're all like squirrels or squirrel-like things, and there's an owl-like thing over there, and there's, little things. And they're all like being very still. You all seem to be looking kind of in your direction.
hi, hello. Oh, you're so cute.
Lina,
Yeah.
roll me a charisma check.
We'll see what happens.
And at this moment, Godfrey shows up.
19.
Okay. You're like, hi. And I swear to God, it's like something out of Cinderella. All of a sudden, those little scared birds that were up in the tree there, they perk up, and a whole bunch of them fly down. There's a red bird, some blue birds, and there's a bird with green and orange on it and stuff, and they all come and they land on you.
So pretty.
Trilling their little songs. And it is just like something that you would see from Cinderella. And it's so cool. They like you. They really like you.
I think you need my crown.
A little bunny comes hopping out. A little bunny comes hopping out and kind of snuggles up next to your leg and is looking up at you.
Hello. Aren't you cute?
And then Shauna, you arrive.
And as I pop in and I see this happen, I'm just like, well, now we just need the 7 dwarves.
Right on cue. Hi ho.
Well, we got
Remember that
Thumper
thought.
here, so maybe there's Bambi somewhere.
Uh-huh.
What about Flower? Flower's the best.
Flower.
Yep. And then Tempest, you appear last but not least. To see Jody blooming with animals and stuff, and even Jody, even some of the flowers that you see in the underbrush there, their little flowered heads kind of turn towards you.
She starts growing little flowers from her like arms and stuff, like for yeah, like it just she blooms.
She blooms. Well, you are Dryad, so there you go. She blooms. It's actually, could be kind of cool for those of you who are into such things.
Don't put down roots
but
here.
yeah.
No roots. No roots.
So
Literally,
I'm
roots
gonna
just
cast
start
a spell.
growing out of your feet. Into
Yeah,
the ground.
no, I don't want that to
What are you
happen.
going to cast?
No
I'm going to
roots.
cast Speak with Animals.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's a great
All
spell.
right.
And
okay.
I'm going to make
Wait.
myself appear smaller.
Okay.
I'm gonna
You know what you have to do.
kneel down and I'm gonna be like, "Hello, little ones. What can you tell us about that tower?"
Roll me a charisma check.
Squeakity squeak, squeakum.
Squeaker.
Squeak, 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 squeak,
I was like, I know you can do it.
Wait. Before
squeak, squeak,
So my
squeak.
favorite.
Holy shit!
What'd you roll?
before.
Oh, sorry.
Natty 20.
Okay, you don't need me.
Nice. Nice.
So that's a 23.
All right.
Like fucking just like his fit, like the sun suddenly is behind his
Goes,
head, his eyes sparkle. And he just looks down at the animals and he's just like, "So what do you know about that tower?" And they're just like,
They're just like, oh,
Okay.
I'll tell you whatever
Chris?
you want to know.
This is really cool. Jody, Jody, those birds, they're right there. You could pet them if you wanted to, because they're just like looking at you. One of them's like picking at your leaves a little bit, like they're just really comfortable. Chris, they come out of the underbrush and down off the trees and stuff. There's some bunnies, there's some rats, there's a fox, there's a little tiny badger and stuff, and they all come and they gather around and they're just looking at you in this like little semicircle
Oh
around
my
you
God,
as
a
you're down hunkered on the
fox.
ground. Yep, that little fox.
So cute.
And if you notice, up in the tree, there's a bobcat type of thing. Now, these are fae, so they're not exactly the same as our earthly ones, but they're close enough for government work.
Okay.
And you say, "What can you tell us about the tower?" And they're like, with their speak with animals, "It's been empty for a little while. Nobody can go in, nobody can come out.
I wonder why that is.
Talk to the flowers. They'll tell you."
The flowers will tell us.
The little fox nods his adorable little head, and his tail kind of latches around a bit.
And all we hear, the rest of us just hear.
Yep, you hear, what does the fox say? I can't even
Squeak,
do
squeak.
that.
Squeak 'em, squeak.
Speaking.
Oh,
Squeak, squeak.
that's exactly what's happening right now.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I know you know what you have to
Squeak,
do.
squeak.
Yes, yes.
You have to be crunk for just a moment.
Squeak, squeak.
All right, which one of us is Yzma?
Hold that liver, crunk.
What about the poison?
Okay.
Poison for Cusco.
And when he says you ask the flowers, when the fox says that, a couple of the bunnies and stuff, they turn and they look at the tower a little bit nervously. And then look back at you.
The tower makes you nervous? It scares you? Okay, we'll do all we can to make that stop. Okay?
Roll me a perception check with advantage, Chris.
With advantage. Oh, that is a 2 and a 13 plus 7, 20.
Okay. You notice it. It probably didn't intend for you to notice, but you did notice that one of the squirrels is like hijacking it, or stowing away in your clothing, like it's going to come with you.
Okay. I give him like a little, little encouraging scritch.
Yeah, little face squirrel. And Jody, you have an entire phalanx with you now. Okay. And if you move any direction, they just follow you. Just come with you.
I would like to pet the bobcat, please.
You would like to pet the bobcat? Okay, you go flitting up to the bobcat. Roll me a charisma check.
Can I pet anything?
There is a skunk, Shauna.
I'm gonna try and pet the skunk.
Oh my god. Oh no.
It's kind of towards the back.
Okay,
course.
well, we're gonna try.
For those who don't know, Shauna's very first real acting gig was as a skunk.
Oh, cute.
That's adorable.
Theme.
Yep. So they've always been kind of her animal.
What am I rolling?
Charisma.
Charisma.
Straight out
do I
charisma
see
for both of you?
do I see Shauna go for the skunk?
Oh no.
You will see. You might be distracted with your squirrel, but first we're going to find
Okay.
out what their Christmas checks were. What was yours, Ellie?
15.
15? Okay. You come up to the bobcat, and I mean, you're this big. His mouth is that big. He could eat you in one bite. But you're
Very
like flitting,
good
and it's
dodging
looking at you, and he doesn't seem afraid of your little fairy self. Like he's familiar with that somehow. Okay. Like this might be a land where the fairies are. Maybe. Anyway, you get up there and you reach out and you reach out, and he does this thing where he like boots into your hand and starts rubbing and totally lets you
He
stretch the
boops
bobcat.
you.
Boops you. You could ride him.
Let me ride him?
You can get on him, but he's not going where you tell him to.
That's okay. I just
totally
want to
get on him.
snuggle up into the fur.
Yep. This close bobcat fur doesn't smell tremendously great because, I mean, it is a wild cat and doesn't get very clean. But it's still really soft. Shauna, what did you get?
I'm gonna use a luck point to re-roll that because I want to fucking touch the skunk. Okay.
If there is any chance that I can help with this, I would like to call out to the skunk and be like, she's just excited. It's okay.
Well, you speak its language because you're speaking with animals.
Yes, please
And,
help me.
So give her advantage.
All right, Shauna, use your luck point and roll. What did you roll?
I did. Yes. So does he give me advantage so I can roll that one
Yes.
again? Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
he does.
Much better. I rolled 2 fucking ones in a row. God damn it.
No!
And this one's a 13. This one's a 13 plus 4. So
Okay,
it's much
there
better.
you go. Okay. You go up to the skunk, and the skunk at first its tail spreads out, and it starts to, but then, as Chris talks to it, it settles down for a minute and looks at you, with this cute little beady skunk eyes, its little pointy skunk nose. And then very haughtily, like it is the king of skunks, it turns its head so that you can pet its neck. It's a very haughty skunk.
Okay, I won't get too creepy. I'm just gonna give it little ear scritches, and then if it'll let me, I'm gonna give it a little back scritches.
Okay.
I just imagining Pepe Le Pew.
Yep. There we go. And then and Godfrey, you're just over there going.
I'm just kind of standing there. Is my sword talking?
It's been this whole time.
Oh my god. So is that a cursed weapon or a... I'm just
Right?
I mean,
The dangers of intelligent
I
weapons.
lift up the scabbard and I open, like while everyone else is kind of just doing their own thing, just like, what? Now look, you, especially during a meeting with the king, you need to learn to be quiet, or else I'm going to be using a different weapon.
I just wanted to make
All right?
sure that you knew what to do here. This is a very specific kind of place, and what you need to do is not use fire, which happens to be my speciality. So I needed to tell you that. It was very important. You should always listen to me. I only talk when it's...
It's the forest. Of course, you don't want to use fire. And I just kind of mumble that to myself as I just put it back down.
Very disgruntled Minotaur with his sheathing his sword. Shauna?
Yes?
Oh, it feels so pretty. It's adorable. It's so adorable. And you can't stop it. And you know what? The fact that your hands now smell terrible.
I can't smell
It was
well
worth
anyway,
it.
it's fine.
Yep.
How do I smell, you guys? I start getting hit by everybody. They like punch me. Get away from me!
Do you do that to anybody?
Wait, did you just get
Totally
sprayed?
just having a moment here.
No. But yes, I do that to everybody.
Oh God, no! As my sensitive sniffer, this is the fastest I've ever moved away from you.
Oh! Oh, wow.
Do you think I could use this to
Oh.
like give us luck on dashing away from bad guys if we need to at some point?
What?
You could absolutely use your
she
hands
looks-
as weapons.
Lena looks over at the skunk and goes, that's good stuff. That's, yeah, good for you.
It's gonna last
Good for
a good
you.
long time.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So I rescued baby skunks when I was 17
so
in high
cute.
school, my senior year of high school. I rescued 3 baby skunks whose mother had been hit by a car, and I was careful and I tucked their tail under them, got them to a vet. The vet's was going to skunk them and adopt them out as pets. Great. Tomato juice does not work. Milk does not work. Nothing works. Nothing takes that scent off but time. This I know for a fact.
At least it smells like skunk and not like... I'm not going to finish
Something
that. Never mind.
worse. Yeah. Something less
I don't
natural.
want to know.
Not like...
Anyway, so you've all had chance to squish your animals and enjoy this love, except for Godfrey, who's big and red and hasn't really tried to make friends, and so they're really staying away from you, Godfrey.
Well, he also has a talking sword that won't shut up either, so that probably
I am
makes him nervous.
technically an animal. I mean, like.
Yeah.
I have a question, everyone.
Hmm.
Do any of you possess the ability to talk to plants?
No, I asked earlier.
I
Looking
might
at you.
try. I could try. I don't know if I can.
Well, it's a spell.
It has been suggested.
I
that-
don't have a spell.
Yeah, it's a speak with plants spell, like speak with animals.
Well, you might just because you are
Unless-
part
yeah.
plant. you
Unless
might be
it's
able
part
to-
of what I do. I don't know. I can try.
Fair enough.
Our friends here have suggested that we ask the flowers about the tower.
Okay. Well, I did sort of see them turn in my direction, so I guess I can try. So Lena will get down on her knees and like approach those flowers a little bit, and she's being careful because she doesn't want to dislodge any of the creatures that are on her at the moment
right now.
Yeah.
Yes, you are well lived in now forest all by
Yes.
yourself.
And she's going to go up to some of these flowers and just kind of like trace around them and just, you know, sort of like lean close and
see
if they'll speak to her. She doesn't really know what she's doing. So
you get nothing from these flowers. Chris, you notice that the animals are like, not those ones. Not those ones.
Closer
and then
to the
turn
tower?
Look at the tower.
Lena, apparently the one's closer to the tower.
Oh, okay. Well, now I feel silly.
That's okay.
But
Okay.
Lena,
Let's,
you could swear to God, they didn't speak to you, but you could swear to God that they were watching you and responding. Like they moved a little bit
Okay.
on their
Nice
own.
to know. She'll just like trace them a little. Thank you. Nice to meet you. And she'll
I'm
get
gonna
up.
talk to the animals again, if that's all right.
Okay. Yeah, because the spell goes for a little while, so go ahead.
It's like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
My friends, you are welcome to join us, but if there is danger, I must ask that you run.
The fox speaks up again. It's clear that he's kind of the most intelligent of this group, so he's kind of the spokesman. And he says, not danger anymore, but could be. Don't go inside.
I'm afraid we have to.
We'll wait here.
That's fair.
What did they say?
Well, I said that they were welcome to come with us. Squeak, squeak 'em.
Okay.
Squeak, squeak.
Squirt, 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 squirt.
But I said that if it was dangerous, that they would have to run. I didn't want them being in harm's way, and they said there's not any danger anymore unless you go inside. And I said, unfortunately, that's what we're going to do. And they said that they will wait here. At least that's what the fox said.
Fox say?
The fox has a point.
You're welcome.
For that.
All I did was open the door.
You let me jump right through it head first.
Well done.
Alrighty. Okay. Do you guys start moving
Venture
towards the
forth.
door?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
towards the tower?
How far away is the
Okay.
tower?
You can see it through the trees. It's probably not very far, maybe a 3 or 4 minute walk, really.
Okay.
They got you pretty close when they ported you in.
I'm looking for the
Always
flowers.
obnoxious, but he's accurate.
Yeah. As we head toward the place, I'm just gonna like move toward Shauna and like really quietly like, hey, so I got this note about meeting up with the prince after this, and I legitimately can't. Is this a date, or does he have like shit to tell me?
What exactly does it say?
He
Spill all the beans.
He desires to talk with me.
He desires.
Maybe with a dinner. I don't know.
It's a date. Yeah. You go, girl. You go, girl. Get that fake prince. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Well, I mean, one date doesn't hurt. You can see how it goes, get a feel for it, and then,
I get. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. If he doesn't pay though, I'm gonna be real pissed.
I don't think that he'll have to pay. I don't think either of you will, because, I mean...
That's fair. Free's better. Free's
Yeah.
always better.
Yeah. What kind of
Yeah.
So,
dinner...
as you guys are all walking towards the tower, Red and Tempest fall back a little bit behind you, and you can hear
And they can hear, go
going
Red,
on behind
go
you.
Red, go...
But those of you who are towards the front, who's in the front? Probably
Me
not
and-
Havoc. Okay.
behind
And
him.
Godfrey. My 2 point guys. And you come out of the tree line into this little pseudo clearing, and it's clear that the underbrush has grown up against it, and there is a tower. Just like every fantastical tower you've ever heard of or seen in art. Just a big stone tower. The stones are old, moss and lichen growing up it.
There should be blonde hair hanging over the side of it.
Yeah.
There is a window up there. There's a nice wooden door right in the front here, and planted around the tower are some of the most beautiful flowers you've ever seen. They are not like anything we have on Earth. They're not like they would be like if roses and pansies had babies. So big,
these are the
intricate,
flowers,
but with different colors on the inside.
Here's the thing. I'm going to stop before we leave the tree line.
Okay.
And I'm going to circle the tower.
I bump into the back of him before you. Oh, okay. So, what would you stop for?
We all do it.
Yeah, it just got dominoes going. And you'll notice, Jody, that the birds, as you guys got close to the tower, the birds did fly off of you, and the bunny left and stuff. But much like with Chris, there is still somebody on your back.
Okay.
You can feel it in the little branches there.
Okay.
On your hair. Okay.
I'll reach back a little bit and, scritch it.
Scritch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to whisper to everyone. Wait here. Let me scout around the tower.
I can help you. If you go that way, I can go this way. I'm supposed to be sneaky. I know I kind of sucked at that lately, or so far the whole time. But anyway.
I am so not sneaky. You do what you're going to do.
Stay here.
I don't even...
Okay.
Yeah, Godfrey goes, I don't even know what the word sneaky means.
I'm gonna go sit on Malhavik's head.
Every time I move, there's a clank, so...
Yeah.
And some sword yelling at you.
Yeah.
Now, the sword has fallen quiet now. It's like it said its piece, but you know that silent treatment? That could be happening.
I'm okay with this.
You don't know. You don't know.
It can silent treatment me all at once.
Yeah, but it's being silent for the moment. All right.
Okay.
Okay. You go that way, I'll go this way. We'll meet in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of you roll me. Are you being stealthy?
Yes.
Okay, both of you roll me stealth checks.
Oh, that was a natural 20 plus 11, 31.
29.
Dude,
Nice.
we're like
You guys
invisible.
watch them. They Tempest and Malhavik, they step to the side, and then it's just like they're gone.
The right people snuck.
I did say I'm sitting on his head.
I watch.
Roll me a stealth check there.
I watch Malhavik
I was
like
gonna ask
completely
you, too,
vanish, and I'm just like, is this
Nope.
what it look? Is this what it's like to be cross?
Yeah, right, it is.
I was gonna ask, do I have to? Because I'm not really doing anything. I'm just sitting there.
Yeah, you do, because you're very red.
Oh, well, that's a nat 20 on a very pretty die.
Okay, there you go.
Look at
So you have a fairy on your head, but she has like plastered herself against your head, and
we both were using
doesn't
the
seem
same
to be
dice.
like getting in the way of your sneaking at all. All right, you guys do a circle of the tower. What you realize is there is no back door. There's only that front door and a window way up high. That seems to be the only ways to get in, unless there's a way through the very top of the tower, but you can't see that.
Like,
There
yes,
doesn't
you
seem
can
to
look.
be
Yeah, exactly.
any animals or any creatures anywhere near this. It's clear that they don't come right up to the edge of the woods here. They don't come right here. They stay away from it. It does look a little overgrown, like nobody's been back for a little while. Now, if that means, you don't know what that means compared to the fact that you just killed the guy.
When we
Back
just
in hell.
recently killed the guy.
How long was he in hell? Though,
Yeah.
but, not being back at the tower.
We going up?
So, yeah, Chris, I look at you and I go,
What?
We're going up.
Check.
Got it. This is why I had to go.
Okay, I will mouth. Check for traps.
Okay, check for maps. I don't understand why, but I got this.
Anyway, I'm going with her.
I'll
Okay.
also check
Red
for
ditches
traps.
your head and goes over to Tempest's shoulder or head or something. And all of a sudden, Shauna, you have a very, you're a very large fairy. A small fairy comes over to you, gets on your shoulder, and you head up to the top of the tower?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check while I'm going on my way up to see if I hear
Absolutely.
anything or see anything weird?
Absolutely.
Or if there's any maps around. I'm just kidding.
I hope you do find a map.
That would be awesome, actually. That's 25. Yay, for having good at that
Okay.
at least.
As you're going up the tower, it's clear that it seems like, like a fortress tower. It's all just stone on this side. And you get up to the top. And the roof seems solid. But there is what looks like a trap door in the top. Like a hatch.
Is the roof made out of stone or wood?
Stone.
Okay.
We passed a window though, right?
Yeah. Did
Yep.
we pass the window?
It's up very high.
Okay. Can we see anything in the window, or is it just darkness?
You go right up to the window?
I'm gonna.
I do.
Okay, the moment that you do that you go up right to the window, touch any part of the tower, those of you down below, the flowers start singing.
Good
And they're
sing.
dancing and they're singing and stuff. Shauna, roll me a perception check and Red also for looking in the window.
Last time I had singing flowers, I killed them.
Are they flowers?
Yeah, that's fair. What did you say, perception?
Uh-huh.
That's nothing. That's a 5.
22.
I am just standing there not moving while watching a sea of flowers do something out of, like, I don't know if you've seen, what is it? Framing
Alice in
Roger
Wonderland.
Rabbit at the very end where they're all just like, the whole, like, thing, they're just like, "Ah!" I'm just like,
It is very much like that, actually.
I'm going to circle back around to Lena and Godfrey.
Okay, Lena? Lena,
This is
roll
very
me
weird.
an insight. Roll me an insight check.
Okay.
What's that? Oh shit.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I rolled a 17 on the dice. My insight is +7.
Okay.
So that's a 25.
They're flowers. And they're singing. That's, to everybody, all the rest of you, it sounds like, ah. But to you, it sounds like words.
What are they saying?
The entry is the key of 5. 1 is sound and 1 alive. 1 red destroyer, yet life giver. 1 for building, yet a slayer. The last one is too literal. Front to back for Hydra.
Okay.
And they just keep singing that over and over again.
I'll repeat the words as they're saying it once. Like, I'll listen
Okay.
to it once and then they say it again and I'll repeat the words.
Right, and they're just going to keep repeating it until whatever it is that woke them up.
you
Shuts
say that
them
without
down.
singing it?
Yeah.
Yes, the entry
Yes, I
is the
do.
key of
Yeah.
5. 1 is sound and 1 alive. 1 red destroyer, yet life giver. 1 for building, yet a slayer. The last one is too literal, front to back for Hydra. You know that Hydra was the name of the Fae Blood that this tower belonged to.
First one is sound.
Something about all 5 of us. Well, I'm not there yet.
I am horrible at puzzles and this is not making any sense to me at all.
Say that word. It sounds potentially like the 5 elements.
What's that?
Elements? Are there 5 elements?
I appear.
Earth, water, wind, fire. Earth, water, wind, fire.
All of a
heart.
sudden,
No.
now Havoc is there. While you guys are figuring that out, Shauna,
Yeah.
you rolled a 22 to look through the window.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's dark and it's dirty, and the light doesn't seem to penetrate very far. But you can just make out inside, just barely, what looks like a tin man made out of different parts of things.
Probably a golem. I think it's probably.
But it's not moving, it's just standing there.
Okay. So definitely, probably a trap.
What do you see?
Red. It looks like there's a golem that looks like it was made out of a whole
Stage
bunch of.
whisper. I can't hear you.
Sorry. It looks like there's a golem that looks like he was like. He looks like probably a kid who's trying to build the semblance of a person made out of a whole bunch of different random metal parts.
Can
But
I
it's
just
not
cast
moving.
fairy lights in there?
You can try.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do that then.
Okay. You cast fairy lights, and the moment that you do, the moment it leaves your fingers, it fizzles. Like
Okay,
there's some
magical
sort of
darkness.
an anti-magic dampener on the tower.
Yeah.
Got it.
Or magical
That was
darkness.
another reason I wanted to try that.
Mhm. All good information.
So we're dealing with some kind of trap that will probably trigger our Tin Man, and we can't use any magic once we're in there. So, might be an interesting thing to note that we are currently magical creatures turned by magic. It is possible that we go in there and just turn back into humans.
Yeah, that's true.
At which point we also lose all of our weapons.
Question. The trap
Answer.
door up on the roof, was it locked? Did it look like it was locked from the outside at least?
It didn't look like it had any kind of a handle or anything.
Okay, so just like a wood slab thing that we'd have to pry up. Okay. I think we should go back to the others and tell them what we've seen so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. So going down below, Lena, Godfrey, and Malhavik. Lena just told you what the flowers were singing, and they are still singing for a little while.
Wait, 5
Say it again.
Yeah.
keys? Well, there's
Yeah.
5
The
of
entry
us.
is the key of
Oh,
5.
First one is.
One is sound, and one alive. One red destroyer, yet life giver. One for building, yet a slayer. The last one is 2 literal,
Hold on,
front
hold on.
to back, for Hydra.
Sorry, so one alive, red destroyer, green. Did you say green slayer?
No, red
No, it's
destroyer, yet life giver.
Life giver. That's why it's like
One
it
for
sounds
building,
like
yet
fire.
a
Yeah, I'm
slayer.
pretty sure that one's fire.
Yeah.
Building.
The last one is 2 literal, front to back, for Hydra.
The last one.
Hydrel?
Yeah,
Is that the name?
that was the name of the Fae Blood that used to own this tower that's now dead. Because somebody, and I'm looking at Chris, killed him.
I thought this was the guy
Understandable.
that.
I need to like write that down.
I thought this was the other Fae Blood that brought the Ents and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I killed some other guy.
Yeah.
Aren't they the same?
No, there were 2.
There were 2.
Fae
There was
Bloods.
the one that
okay.
came with the attack on the princess, and then there was the one that was in hell.
The one in the park that I found in hell, and I killed him.
Here's the key of five.
This is a different guy, though, right? Or no?
Right. This is the one that was with the attack on the princess that you killed.
Did I
Okay.
kill him too?
I think so.
Oh,
That's what I have in my notes.
oh
Yeah,
wow!
I'm pretty sure
I
you
am
did,
just
yeah.
a murder machine. I'm sorry.
Fae Blood Slayer.
We had no
All right.
choice. It was like, okay, so sorry. One more time. The entry is the key of 5. The first one is sound, 1 alive. Something like that.
Yeah, I'll type it in the chat when I have a
Great.
second,
Okay. And on
so that you guys have it for because
yeah, please on
well,
Facebook.
we'll see
yeah.
how well your memories work for this.
I mean, we have a literal red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is all but actual fire. Also looking at my.
I have to be able to see it. I only remember like.
Yeah, we're all like visual learners, hoping for the typed out version.
Yeah,
One
which you'll get in a moment if you can talk amongst yourselves. Real
One
quick.
for
I'll be right back.
building. Get a slayer. Oh.
I mean, we're looking at it from
Is it one for
element
building?
standpoint. It's also possible that like the 5 of us are keys. We've got a red, we've got a slayer, we've got earth. I need to see them all written out. But that was like the first thing I thought of is like, what if we all put our hands on it at the same time and we are keys?
Okay,
I mean,
so the first one is
yes.
sound, and then it says one alive, red destroyer, yet life giver, one for building, yet a slayer. The last.
Gargoyles
two
go on
literal.
buildings.
Yeah.
There you go. See?
Oh,
I said
okay.
that's
Okay, the entry is the key of 5. One is sound and one alive. One red destroyer, yet life giver, one for building, yet a slayer. The last one is 2
There.
literal.
There you got it.
Front to back for hitter.
In the chat where it will go away once we are all done today.
2 back.
I rhymed. I've been writing too many poems today. Alrighty. So you're all sitting there now at the base. Red and Tempest join you.
Yes. Okay.
And what do you say?
Sorry, hold on. Let me get myself in focus here. Focus. Here's my finger. Everybody wants to see that.
Okay, and the rest of you. Lena is standing in front of the flowers, while Godfrey and Malhavik are still standing back at the tree line.
No, Havoc walked around, right?
Yeah,
He
I walked
he
around back
just
to
came
you.
back.
Okay.
He came back.
Uh,
Okay, and Lena, the flowers they're dancing, they're singing. Roll me
Oh,
sight check.
wait. I
A what check?
Insight for you, Lena.
Oh, okay.
Slayer. It's 2 literal. Front, 2 back.
I got a
I have an idea when we have just a second.
16.
Okay. You kind of get a sense that the flowers in the forest that didn't talk to you, you've got the sense that they were responding. They moved a little bit. They were sentient in some way. These ones, you do not get that feeling. It feels like what's happening is just like, almost like a programmed Disneyland animatronic kind of a
Okay.
feeling.
So they're not real.
Right.
Okay. This is really strange, guys. Like they're not really. They don't seem like they're really flowers.
I'll walk up. What do you mean?
Well, the flowers in the forest kind of like responded to me because Dryad. These flowers are not. They have nothing to do. They don't feel like they're connected to the land around them at all. They feel like they're connected to the tower.
Do they seem alive? Like they're living things? Or maybe could they be fake things that, I don't know.
It seems like they're programmed almost.
Are they? It's a small worlding us.
Kinda, yeah. It really feels like that.
Just as creepy
Okay.
too. Ha ha ha.
So what are you going to do, Red?
So, I think so. My original idea was that like it was us, we are all representative. Blah blah blah. I'm not entirely giving up on that thing, but I also think it's representative of all of the realms because we've got the mists, the wastes, Verdantis, the silver wastes, and the Factor and Ignis. So the Factor and Ignis would be the fire one.
And Gaia as well, which is spirit.
I'm bouncing back and forth between the notes.
5. And that's 5, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got the mist, which is those are all the notes that I really like have. But I think it's the places.
So, do you tell us that?
Yeah, that was all in character.
I think.
After you guys have left the just from being within just a couple inches of the tower for a few minutes, the flowers stop. And it's kind of a relief.
Are there any symbols on the tower that I saw while we were looking around it that could be
Not a one.
associated? Not one. Okay.
Not a one.
Okay,
What about
so
on the
it's-
metal guy?
It's not a fifth element deal then.
Yeah, you couldn't see him well enough to be able to see anything like that.
Come on.
Shauna?
Yes, I'm listening.
So,
sorry.
but actually, now Havoc. Now that you've said that, roll me a perception check.
The fifth element thing.
Okay, I don't know how I've just done 3 in a row,
Another natural 20.
but I just rolled 3 natural 20s in a row.
Dude, it's your
Awesome.
shirt. It's that new good luck shirt.
Yeah. Dorian shirt.
The Dorian shirt.
Well
yeah.
done.
Okay, so you get your natural 20, and you realize, as I knock out my second monitor,
Don't
that that there are buried down in the flowers little pedestals around the outside of the tower.
Look there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Well,
gonna
maybe it
investigate.
is. We're supposed to step on things.
I investigate the pedestal.
Okay,
One of
which
them.
one? The first one, the one that's closest to the door?
Sure, I'll take a look at that one.
Okay, you go over there. And you have to clear some of the flower and the plant material and the lichen off of it. It's clear that it's become overgrown there. And on the little pillar, the top, there's no symbols, there's no anything, but there is a little indentation on the top that is very specifically shaped. And because you rolled a natural 20, you can see that shape is a seed. It's shaped like
Okay.
almost like an apricorn pit, or an apricot pit or something like that, like a big seed.
Yeah. So, sound would be air, probably one alive, I would see as a plant.
I would show everybody this.
Okay, you guys move over to the tower. Are you being careful not to touch the tower at all, or
Yes, I'm not
Yes.
touching the tower. I don't want that song playing
again?
anymore.
It's a small world.
After all. All right. So you move forward and tell them what you see.
Yeah, well, so I show you all the indentation of the seed.
Okay.
I bet there are others all around.
I'm gonna go search for any others.
Okay.
Bet there's
And there
4 more.
are evenly spaced around the tower,
There's 5 of them, I'm assuming.
5 of them.
Excellent.
The next one that you come across, Shauna,
Yes.
roll me a perception check to find it in all the underbrush, because
Alright.
these are not big.
That's a 24.
Alrighty, you do see the next one, and the next one, and you clear it off just a little bit. Are you being careful not to touch the tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or squish the flowers.
Mm-hmm. All right. This one looks like the base of a candlestick or something.
Okay.
Maybe
Yep,
a
yep.
bowl of some sort.
Okay. A bowl or a candlestick.
Okay.
5.
Are any of the rest of you looking, or are you waiting
1.
I mean,
for Shauna to look?
Yeah, once those two start looking, I'll start looking.
Okay.
Just a big hulking
So,
monstrosity. I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
I'm looking at the plants around here, besides the
Okay.
flowers.
Nice.
Other
Okay.
than the flowers that are, yeah,
all right, everybody. roll me a
animatronic
perception check
flowers.
for your various things.
No, I am oblivious. Totally
Let's see what
oblivious. I
happens.
rolled a 1.
Okay. All right.
Never mind me.
No, you're focused on those plants, man. You're like, what's going
I
on
am.
here? And stuff.
This is so cool.
Not an ad 20, but 24.
Okay.
23 if I need to roll it again. I was
How about you, Ellie?
Ava.
5. How about you, Alex?
Just okay. Well,
No, there's
roll it
something.
for
You
me.
need
Just
to-
standing where I'm at, just looking
Mhm.
around. I rolled a 7.
I got a 23.
You rolled a what? A 7? Is that what you said?
Perception. Oh wow, I have a. Well, that's persuasion. What's perception? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, just a 10. Just 10.
Okay. All right. So you find the next one, Chris, as you're looking around. And on this one, with your high perception roll, the shape is strange. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of small and oval, almost like an egg, but not quite perfectly like an egg. There's like a weird little indentation on one side, or but something that shape clearly goes there. Shauna?
Yes.
With your good perception on the other side, you find another piddle. Oh my god. Pedestal.
A piddle?
Pedestal.
And in this one is strange.
Okay.
This one, the pedestal has like a little, you know those funny little horns that deaf people put in their ears?
Yeah, in the movies, and they're like,
It has one of those kind of sticking out of it.
Okay, so sound. Pedestal.
Okay.
Has.
And then as you guys come back around, Ellie, since you're right there in the front, even with your 5, you can kind of see it. This one's the easiest one to see as you clear it and stuff. And the shape in the top of it is indeed a key.
Last one is too literal.
Yeah, so literally a key.
Literally a key. All right. Lena, as you're over there, you're enjoying the things you didn't roll. You're so distracted by the plants that you didn't notice what was going on right next to you. So I'm not going to tell you what it was. Oh, no. But
I actually would have gotten a 5 just because I have a +4, but yeah.
Yeah. But man, the animals, as soon as you step away from the tower and back into the tree line, the birds come back and the animals come back.
I gotta say, I'm loving this.
Yeah, and it's like you have your own little menagerie going with you everywhere, and they're like chirping at you, like they're talking to you. You don't know what they're saying, but it's very inclusive feeling. It just, I don't know, it feels like something wonderful being a dryad on Verdantis. And you have +1 to all your rolls the entire time you're on Verdantis from now on.
Wow.
But you hear talking back in the forest a little ways.
Do I understand it?
That was it. If you were closer, you probably could, but you're not sure right now. It just sounds like, voices kind of echoing off the trees a little bit from somebody that's a little ways away.
Can I attempt to listen?
Okay. Roll me a listen check, perception check, another one. This time with purpose behind it. Active perception.
Oh, looks like our stream ended.
Yeah, it's 17? Not ended. It's OBS was like, oh, we had a problem and we disconnected, but it just
right
came back on. It's back. It came back like a minute ago on my computer. It'll just take a second for it to catch up on here.
Okay.
It was only down for like 15 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Which is good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Which is good.
Just takes a second.
So we're good. All right. So what did you get, Alex?
17.
17. All right. What you hear is 2 very masculine sounding voices. And they're talking like, so how was it for you at the mine today? Oh man, I found this diamond. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life. Really, don't tell Grumpy. He's grumpy. The other one snickers and says, oh, come on, don't give him that. You know that Doran doesn't like to be called Grumpy. It's like, I'm going to call him Grumpy if I want to. Are you going to call him that to his face? Well, no. But you wouldn't either. Damn right I wouldn't. He's grumpy. And then there's laughter as it goes off into the distance.
Hi-ho.
Right.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, hi-ho.
So they're walking away. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that happen. I ain't gonna go running off into the woods by myself.
Not even a meter much as what?
I'm just gonna be like.
You are a paladin. You
Well,
do have
now I know.
Dwarves, dwarves, dwarves.
We have potentially dwarf, or they don't have. They may not be dwarves. They are miners.
The original story was
Miners,
with
not
giants,
miners.
not dwarves. The original
really?
Norwegian
that's true,
story.
yeah.
So I'm gonna just stay put and bank that for when people come back.
Okay. So you bank that. Lynn is over here communing with the things. The rest of you found the pillars. You found them all. Now what do you do?
Well, they seem pretty easy because you have one that's got the acorn that I think is the alive, and then the sound one, of course, is the one with the horn, and then the key. And I'm assuming we probably have to do it in the order of the poem that the flowers said. So if we do, one is sound first, one alive second, so probably the acorn. Red destroyer fire, building yet a slayer. I'm assuming that one would be earth or stone, maybe?
It could be this
Water?
egg-looking thing that's not quite an egg. Maybe it's like a...
Does it look like a crystal?
That
Yeah,
one's probably the one that's, yeah, maybe.
like a stone, a semi-precious stone.
Yeah. The last one is to literal, of course, the key. So I think, yeah, we'll do that.
Wait, what was the last part?
The last one is to literal front to back for hetero.
Front to back.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that we have to,
Start from the front or work our way around?
yeah, where are each of these pedestals located? Like, which one's towards the front and which one's towards the back?
The seed and the key are just on either side of the door, what looks like the door,
Okay.
and then the others go around from there.
Okay. So they're not in
So
order.
one of them would likely be the front, but you're not sure. They're both
Okay.
there.
Front to back for hetero. If I was to go based on the poem and start from the sound one, is the one next to it the acorn one? Does it-
Yes.
Okay.
Going one direction,
Going-
yes.
Yeah, going in one direction. And then after that one, is it the fire one, or is it after that one is the key?
It
Going
goes
in that
to,
direction.
the first one looks like the seed, or I'm sorry, is the horn.
Okay.
From that, or going from the horn, the next one would, on one way would be the seed,
Okay. Okay.
and on the other way would be the key. So
Okay.
kind of going around.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think if we start with the sound one and then we go to the seed one, that should take us in the circle around and back to the key, which should be the last one. And then that's, literally front to back going around. What do you guys think? Does that sound?
Yeah.
I mean, this all sounds great, but do we have any of the items that actually go in these little indents?
Well,
I started looking around.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
I'm
do
gonna
that.
start looking at my inventory.
There you go.
Yeah.
Roll me a search check, Chris.
I'll start searching as well. So if you search for, yeah. So if we both look for the acorn and then a stone that's round, like that, maybe we can find some. And one that looks like either a candlestick or maybe we
well,
need a candlestick.
it has come to an end.
Oh no! What did you roll?
A 6, so it's a 13.
Ah,
Okay.
boo.
You're looking, you're not seeing anything that looks like what you need. Whether it's because it's not here or you just can't find it, you don't know.
Is that an investigation or a perception check?
That would be a search, which would be investigation.
Okay, okay. So now I have to do math.
What are you doing?
I mean, yeah, that's a valid point. We could always just ask the animals.
That's true, yeah. What's 18 plus 9?
Who's gonna do the asking? Me?
Can you not? Are you out of the spell slot?
I'm out of the. I can cast it again.
Using up
Okay,
the
mine was
spells.
mine was
Now
27.
this is when where one says GMs are really evil when you give you puzzles like that. But this is the Fae realm, and puzzles and word games are prime Fae things. So,
We got this. We got this.
yeah.
And Steph Moore said, "Could the one alive be an animal? Maybe." Do you think?
I mean, yeah. So we could be an animal. I could cast something fiery.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of us have a key upon their person.
Or, so for mine, I rolled a 27 for my investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like, does it look like there's a key somewhere on the ground, like it got dropped, or it's under the flowers, or maybe there's like, you know how sometimes you have a spare key under the rug in front of the front door, maybe something like that. I don't know.
In this case, no.
No.
No, there is nothing, and you are certain that there is nothing right here.
Okay. No keys, no acorns, no stones.
I'm gonna roll me a perception check while you're out here in the forest looking at the animals and stuff.
Got a 15.
Okay. You just see it for a brief second as it runs by in the trees, just flashing through the trees. If it didn't have that bright color, you wouldn't have had any idea what it was. But something wearing red dashed through the trees that way at a distance.
I don't know what it
you
is.
just barely caught a little thing, a bit of it. But red, moving. It wasn't like a natural animal color at all. It was red.
Okay, I'm going from where I am to the others, and I'm
Mhm.
going to point in the direction I saw it. Something red just went through the forest over there really fast. Looked really unnatural. I'm not sure what it was. I only got a really quick glimpse, and I don't know what it was.
I'm gonna go chase after it.
Do you tell anybody, or do you just go?
On it.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, I don't know if it's prevalent, but there are apparently some miners around here. Some people I heard in the distance, they went off elsewhere. I didn't
Miners?
want to go chasing them. Yeah, like, I mean, granted, to be perfectly honest, it sounded like I joked about it earlier, but dwarves, like miners, like the dwarves, they're talking about
Like-
finding diamonds and somebody being grumpy and
How many were there?
yeah, 2.
Well, damn.
Yeah. Maybe they're meeting up with the rest of the 5. I don't know.
Would I do something like that?
Yes.
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 As we all say, yes.
All right.
So maybe they know something. If we want to
Okay.
go looking,
Okay.
That's a good idea, yeah.
maybe we should wait for Red.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we
Okay,
could
Red.
ask them
Mine's the
for...
red.
Sorry.
Oh, go on.
I was just going to say, we could ask them for a stone or a gem or something to go in, maybe one of the things. But yes, let's wait for Red.
Oh, I was reminded that I have a stowaway. So
Yes.
maybe I should find out what that stowaway actually is.
Okay.
And maybe, like, I can't have a conversation with it, unfortunately, but maybe I could bring it out to Malhavik.
Okay, you reach back there and you feel it. It's very fuzzy.
Mhm.
Definitely fuzzy and soft. Does not bite you when you go to try and pick it up and bring it around to you.
Mhm.
And what you have sitting in your hand, it's not like something that you've seen exactly before. It's the teeniest, tiniest little bunny rabbit.
Oh,
With antlers.
Oh, it's
With
a jackalope!
antlers.
With antlers!
It's a jackalope.
Or also known as a wolperkinger.
A whoopee chinga.
But it's this big.
Oh,
It's clear that it's a baby. Maybe. Well,
Okay.
maybe they're just small. You don't
He's
know. It's
just
a fake
kind of
picture some sort.
patting him. Oh, you're
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah, and he's definitely like like playing with your finger and just being like the most adorable thing you would ever imagine.
Oh my god, my eyes go big.
And you still have your squirrel. He's still tucked in there.
Yeah.
Being kind of still, you look and he's sleeping. He trusted you enough to fall asleep.
Oh.
Now your squirrel though, it's not like a normal American squirrel. It's the kind that have the long tuft at the end of their ears.
Oh.
The really cute ones. Yeah. And yeah, Red?
Just a little
diving. Yeah, as you're diving into the forest. Are you trying to sneak or are you just trying to go as fast as you can?
Fast as I can.
Okay. So you go as fast as you can the direction that Lena went, and you get over there. You think it's there because you see some brush that's broken. Roll me a survival check for tracking.
Great. Come on, buddy. Survival 18.
Okay. That's pretty darn good. I mean, it's clear that this person was not somebody with woodscraft as they went blundering through the forest, at speed. So you can see that there's a trail of like broken things going through the woods over that direction. You follow?
Yeah.
Okay, you follow and you go a ways. And Steph, how far are you going to go before you stop? So they had a few seconds to outrun you.
I don't want to be further than like 20 minutes away.
Okay. So you're still going quite a bit away. So you follow for a while, and it's not even 20 minutes. It's probably 15 minutes by the time you get to where it opens into a clearing in the forest. And there's a little cottage. It's a really cute little cottage with wood stacked neatly, a nice little fireplace with little smoke coming out, little potted plants around the front door, what looks like hand crocheted like curtains in the windows. And standing at the door with a basket, knocking and waiting impatiently.
Oh no! Oh
is
no!
a little girl in a red.
No. Okay.
Wait.
I would like to try and talk to her.
Okay. So you go up to her.
Fly up in front of her face, like, don't go in there.
And she looks at you startled, and then she looks around and says, I didn't think any of your kind were allowed in this part of the woods.
Listen, I don't care. You're going to get eaten by a wolf.
Oh, come on. This is my granny's house.
Oh, God, yeah, Granny not there anymore. Wolf is.
Well, I can handle any old wolf.
Okay. Well, good luck with that. I don't see any huntsmen here to help you out, so I tried.
Well, huntsman? There's no huntsman here in this part of the woods, I don't think. And stuff, but this is my granny. She's keeps things safe. I was bringing her some treats, like my mom told me to.
If you have to notice some big eyes, big ears, big nose, anything a little off, that ain't Granny. You've been warned.
Note taken. And she kind of moves you out of the side. Clearly a saucy little girl. She looks like she's probably 10 or so. And she knocks again on the door, and then she says, okay. She may have fallen and be hurt, and that would be terrible. And she goes and she rattles the door to open it. And after a moment, now, this little Red Riding Hood, she's like rattling at the door, and if you pay just close enough attention, are you?
Oh yeah, I'm sitting on the windowsill.
Okay, you notice that she does something to get the locked door open. This little Red Riding Hood has some skills. And she opens the door and says, Granny! Granny! Oh, are you sick? Mom said you were sick. Let me come and see.
Nope, I wouldn't. This is bad news bears.
Okay, and she goes in, and do you stay through this whole thing, or do you go out, or do you go tell everybody else?
I know too well, and I don't necessarily like kids, but listen, I don't need to, watch a kid get, eaten by a werewolf or a wolf. I'm gonna help.
Okay, so what do you do?
Oh, man. Well, first of all, I'm gonna go in there and see if all of my suspicions and knowledge are correct if I'm looking at a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Okay, as you go in, you hear the little girl say, "Wow, Granny, your eyes are really big.
Oh God.
What
I
did
don't
I
remember
tell
them being
you?
that big." And you go fluttering in, and you look, and it does not look like a wolf in Grandma's clothing. You're pretty sure that this pretty sharp little saucy girl would have figured that out. It does kind of look like Granny, or a Granny, mostly. Like there might be some sort of like spellcraft or something, or a disguise ability. You're not really sure. And she says, and Granny says, "Oh, honey, it's just so better to see you with." You know that old joke we tell.
All right, I'm gonna fly in front of Granny's face, not within like grabbing distance, just like even
Right, like at the foot of the bed.
Yeah, like just kind
Okay,
of.
and you're doing this. You're dodging around.
And I'm gonna cast Charm Person.
Okay.
So make a Wisdom save.
It doesn't work on this Granny because this Granny is
fair.
not a person,
Yeah.
as expected.
Creature.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah, it'd have to be
I
a
was-
charm monster or charm creature.
That's fair. I still wanted to try. Okay.
However, is it only targeted or is it an area? I guess it's targeted to one creature, right?
I attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range.
Okay.
I mean, it says humanoid. Granny currently looks like humanoid.
right. But if you look into the specifics and stuff that they say, it has to be a humanoid, and it is not a humanoid. It's just pretending.
Fair. No, it is not an area.
Okay. But it gave you an answer when it didn't work.
Okay.
And you see Red Riding Hood, "Get out of the way, you might scare my Granny."
Yeah. No, I'm gonna. Wish I had Dispel Magic. Wait, do I have
Yeah.
Dispel Magic? Hold on. I
Do you
think that's
turn
the thing I
and-
just got. Hold on.
Okay. Because you just went up a level. Maybe.
I didn't add. Hold on. Sorry. Because we went up a level and I was reading when we were doing it.
Okay. While you're looking that up, we're going to go back over to the others at the tower.
Yep.
All right. So Red has dived off through the trees. 15 minutes pass. What are you guys doing during that time? Waiting?
I'm gonna try to find if there's any.
A bit. Should we go find her?
Yeah, let's go find her.
Okay.
So we head
I
on
put the
out.
jackalope back like in my
In
hair,
your
basically
trees
in my
and vines
like,
and stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's so cute.
As we start off, I'm like,
Yeah.
Why
Grab
am I
sleeping
this-
buddy.
But I
Yeah.
sleepy. Can I
Okay,
have-
whoever is taking the lead, roll me a survival check for tracking.
Do you guys?
Because once you get
It's-
to where the blending through, it's pretty easy.
let's
But-
let the ranger do it. Because I get double proficiency.
Sweet.
Okay.
That is why one has rangers. Indeed.
And I rolled a 19.
Nice.
So, let's see here. Survival. 29.
Nice.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good. You can totally see this swath of somebody who's not a wood person made through the forest. And you guys follow it. How long did you wait before you headed that direction?
Maybe 30 seconds.
Wait, 30 seconds if we're running off?
Yeah, because I'd have gotten bored. But that's me. Let's say a minute.
How about the rest of you? Do any of you arguing out of it?
She's going, I'm going. I'm sticking together.
Yeah, I think we should all stick together as much as we can.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So-
I'm going.
In a couple minutes, you'll catch up to her.
herself.
So we'll go back to Ellie. Ellie at the house, at Grandma's house. Ellie at Grandma's house. There you are at Grandma's house.
Great.
Okay. And what?
Yes, I did have dispel. Well, I chose dispel magic.
All right.
And so then the question is, because of crown bonus, thank you, Ranger, is that at a 6th level or lower? Great, I dispel it.
Yep. You do, actually. And all of a sudden, poof, there's still the nightcap and there's still the thing, but instead of Granny looking almost but not quite right, like somebody who didn't really study Granny before they took on her shape, there is indeed a very large wolf. A little Red Riding Hood says, "I knew it!" behind you.
You little
and roll initiative.
Great. That is 19.
Okay. Red Riding Hood rolled a whole 4.
She's too
Wolf
busy loading.
rolled a 17. Which means Red, as the wolf changes, and she says behind you, "I knew it!" For whatever reason, you get to go first.
Great. I'm gonna because I am small and I have a dagger. I am going to like charge under the nightgown and try to like stab into its stomach and open its stomach up.
Okay. So that
I'm doing it backwards. I gotta get Granny.
To be that specific, you'll have to roll a pretty decent attack. So roll your attack.
Okay. What am I adding to this attack?
Okay. Well, this is a stab attack.
So
in order to get to the stomach, you need an 18, 19, or 20.
Okay.
You are small, and it's a small knife, so getting it all the way open will be
right.
Pretty hard. However, it's normal to hit. The armor class is 14 for just damage. 18, 19, or 20, you can actually natural roll, not with your bonuses. You can actually get through the stomach roll.
Okay. Well, because I have 2-weapon fighting, I'm going to use 2 daggers.
Okay.
And just like full on Gamora.
There you go.
Well, that is a 16 and an 11 on die. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, what am I adding, if anything?
Okay.
I'm asking, what am I adding?
Okay, on your... Let me get to your character sheet. It should be on your character sheet what your normal attack is.
Sorry, looking. Mostly because I'm used to using spells and nothing else.
Right. So...
That's why I'm like...
It was a +1 dagger.
Yeah,
okay.
There's that.
Actions count to weapon fighting. So yeah, so you're going to add your strength bonus plus the 1 of the dagger.
Okay, so that was a 19 and a 14.
Okay. Those both hit, but you do not manage to get the stomach open.
That's okay. I'm just hanging there.
But you do it, and you do damage. Roll your damage.
Woo-doo-doo. I don't usually use daggers, everybody. Sorry.
It's good to get that worked out.
So that's a 6 and a 4, so 10.
Okay.
Stop.
All right. And next is the wolf, who with a roar says, "I'm gonna eat you all up!" And he attacks at you because you're the one that just stabbed at him, and you're right there under the blankets and stuff. So what is your armor class?
15.
All right. Ooh. Ooh, he rolls a natural 20
Great.
on one of the claws, but one of the claws in the bite miss. So let's see, what is his?
I am under the nightgown and everything, so I just imagine this wolf trying to like
You're just like, yeah. All right. So you take 20 points of damage because it's doubled. All right. Ow. Ow.
Yeah.
So Red, you get squished and one of those claws just rakes right across you. Oh my God, that hurts so much. And you kind of feel a little trapped under that fabric, except that the claw tore it. So on your next round, you could get out of there if you wanted to.
Mhm.
But now it is Red Riding Hood. You can't really see what's happening, but you hear a, "You, what did you do with my Grammy, you dirty wolf?" And things get a little kind of wild on the bed there for just a moment.
Oh shit.
And you hear the wolf howl a little bit, just like it did with you. And, "Arr, arr." Now it does it again. And you feel it recoil. And now it is your turn again.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I'm gonna see if I can get out of there.
Okay. So your move action will be as if you're going across bad terrain. Terrain.
Oh,
So you can only move half of your move.
fair enough.
Okay.
Well, really, I mean, it's not like I'm moving feet. I just need to get out from under the skirt.
Right. So you can get out in the place where the cloth got torn when he clawed you.
And I'm
This
wondering.
nice, pretty white nightgown, which is now pretty blood.
All bloody.
Yep.
And I was hoping I can, okay, because I can disengage and I'm gonna get out of there. So it doesn't.
Okay. So you disengage from the fight
Yeah, I'm getting
and
out
do a
of there.
full movement. Okay. And you run, and you can get all the way to the door.
I don't need to
if
be.
that's-
I don't need to be all the way to the door. I just needed to not be within 5 feet of the thing.
Okay. All right. And that's what you can do with the disengage. That's how that works.
Yep.
Okay. But yes, now you are out of its reach. And what you see as you get out and get out of its reach is a very angry little girl in a hood on the bed like this with the wolf, and she's carrying a little dagger, a little knife, and it's got blood on it.
I mean, again, I've read there is the Into the Woods.
There's a
version.
million versions. Yeah.
Red can take care of herself, but there's also the version where she gets eaten. So
Yeah, exactly. There's many versions, and in most of them, the woodsman has to save her.
So frankly, I'm gonna keep my distance and wait for her reaction.
Okay.
If she starts to get attacked, then I'll hit the wolf with something. But I think she's got this.
Okay. Well, it is the wolf's turn, and the wolf roars and says, he's so angry you can almost not make out his words. He's like, "You're gonna taste really good," trite wolf things. Oh my God, and he does hit her with a claw, misses with the other claw, and hits her with the bite, and he gets Little Red Riding Hood right in his mouth.
Yep.
Okay.
And she screams in pain, clearly not expecting something like this. And she looks pretty, and he doesn't let go. And she looks pretty damaged because she is only 10. And now it is her turn, and she can't get away, so she reaches up and she's like going, "Let go of me, you dirty!" And she tries to stab at the wolf with her little dagger. And with the way that she can't quite get her hand around, and she misses. And now
I will go back in. Well, because I held my action, so I would do that, and then I would do my next
Okay. I thought that when you disengaged, you didn't get an action at that point. It was all getting away.
But then it came back to me.
Oh, to the top of the round?
Right.
No, because they didn't. This is their action for after you did that. So now it's back. Now it's back to you at the top of the round. It's not a held action.
I don't think that's what. But all right. So I'll get back up in its face and boop its nose with some lightning strike.
Okay. Alrighty.
And that is 24 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits nicely.
Yeah. And that is 12 damage.
Okay. He is looking pretty. Oh, he, she, it. You're not quite sure, but it's looking pretty darn damaged. And he does indeed let go of Red with that as he recoils. Do you do a move action or a bonus action?
Let me look real fast. No, I'm not going to do that because I don't have any. And if I move, it'll attack me regardless.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now it is the wolf's turn. And it turns and it looks at you. Having dropped Red with that lightning strike, it leaps at you. What is your AC?
15.
Oh my god.
Do you miss? Do you miss?
All right. So here's what happens. It leaps at you roaring, and it's, I mean, you're about as big as its nose right here, right? Because it's big. It's a dire wolf. And it leaps at you roaring, and it reaches, and one of its claws does indeed hit you almost by accident. It kind of sends you spinning a little bit. Take 4 more points of damage. Okay? But the big bite that would have just crushed you, you know, misses totally as he falls past you. Because remember, he leaped, and you're flying, and just goes, and he falls right onto the floor and face plants right there.
I love that. I love that one. The chaos.
Yay.
And then Red, as it's her turn, she's going like this. She turns and she looks at you. He's mine. And you can see that she can barely like move. She's got like 3 hit points left, but he's mine. And she starts trying to crawl off the bed to get to him. But because she is so injured, she manages to get off the bed and do 1 strike, rolls a 2, and totally just misses with all of the blood loss.
Oh.
And at this point out in the forest, you guys heard that wolf howl in rage and pain and stuff. Just down this path a little ways.
Holy shit!
I start flying towards the noise.
Okay.
Bow out.
You guys start moving a little faster.
Running, yeah.
Running.
Okay. You will get there after this next round.
Okay.
All right. So now we're at the top of the round. Red, what you can do?
I'm gonna boop its nose again.
Okay. Do that.
Before. It's a 22 to hit.
Which hits. I mean, fairy tale creatures, they don't have really good armor classes generally.
15.
All right. And you hit it, you boop its nose with the lightning, zap, from this little tiny fairy right here. And as he reaches up to claw you, he falls out of camera dead. You killed the wolf. And the little girl comes crawling up to him. You killed my granny! And she starts, it's really quite brutal. She starts stabbing the holy shit out of this wolf, this 10-year-old girl. And unfortunately, maybe there's a reason they gave her a red cape, and that was to hide all the blood. I don't know.
You might want to save some of that pelt. Get a new coat.
But it's clear that she's not really hit, and she's very injured. And that's what the scene is when you guys arrive. You come into this beautiful fairy tale clearing with this adorable little cottage on there, and the door is open, and the sounds of combat were happening inside, and then all of a sudden it falls silent except for the sobbing screams of a little girl and the squishy red sounds of some sort of a knife going into meat. It's really gross.
And as you guys get close to the door, I'll just kind of pop up in everyone's face like, you might want to give her a minute.
Are you okay?
Oh, no, I suck, but she's way worse.
Okay. Well, I can take care of both of you.
Right. Again, I'd give her a second.
Okay.
I would have done the same thing. She's either cutting Granny out of there or making some jerk.
Granny?
Oh, yeah, Little Red Riding Hood.
No.
Just almost got devoured by.
That was the red.
That was the red.
Oh.
Another fairy tale.
Okay.
Dwarves.
The dwarves?
They're
Wait, so the
dwarves.
tower. Wait, no, so tower. So that would have been Rapunzel's tower. We've got the dwarves. We've got Little Red Riding Hood. So the question is, which version of all of the fairy tales are we in? Because I would bet Grimm.
And I bet each one of these contains one of the keys.
Ooh, cool. Okay, so Red's got the thing. Awesome. Life giver. She's got to pull Granny out, and then she's a life giver, and then we've got the red. Yeah.
So are we just gonna put
'Cause she
her on the
slays
pedestal?
Wait,
Oh,
isn't it something that fits into the little, so would it be her dagger?
potentially a
Do you
piece of
remember
the cloak?
that the pedestal in the order looked like it was a bowl or the base of like a footed candlestick or something?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe it would hold a cape? I don't know. I hate puzzles.
Oh, I love them.
And you guys hear the screaming finally fall to sobs, and then a little old lady's voice says, "That was really unpleasant." And
Okay.
that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Yeah, Lynna's on her way in.
Or it's the red, bloody, non-beating heart of the wolf.
Perfect.
Oh.
Yeah, that could be it.
That could be it.
That could be.
We'll take both.
It's red.
Oh man.
I told her not to destroy all of the fur. She's gonna get a nice new. Granny's gonna get
stones.
Just into the woods. This shit.
There you go. You survived your first fairy tale.
Yes, we
Wow.
did. Holy
I mean, you've been at
schnizzle.
Dracula's castle. You've been at the Baba Yaga's. I mean, this is the land of fairies.
Of course it is.
This, we should have expected this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
feel like we made a Rapunzel joke earlier.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you'll have
Yeah.
to see which ones.
It
which
should
ones are
have
on
blonde
your
hair
docket.
coming down the side of it. Yes. Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Oh,
All right. Well, thank you everybody for showing up tonight.
Thanks for coming, everyone.
And
Thank
seeing
you.
Little Red Riding Hood being saved by Red. Somehow that seems really appropriate.
Yeah.
Red and Red together.
Yes, it does.
But now, what happens next? We'll find out next week on Dun Dun Dun. Steel, Storm, and Tempest.
I know next time.
I'm betting on dwarfs.
So you wander and search and you dream and you talk. Look for the key that might someday unlock all the answers you need while there's time on the clock. I hope you survive till you know.